What's up, guys? Today I wanted to come out and build a bushcraft style chair. Sometimes I get to camp early and I have time to kill, so I'll sit around and just build something. This chair that I'm building today uses a rope for the seat. You could use wood or sticks or branches or whatever. I'm also going to go over what you'll need for this specific chair, and then we'll get to building it. So first off, you're going to need a hatchet of some sort, and then you'll need a saw. This saw has been awesome because it collapses down easy. Doesn't weigh a ton. It's not huge, but it does the job for small projects. And then you're going to need various lengths of cord. On this one I've gone ahead and made 6 cords with a bowline loop in the end, and they're about 6 foot long. Just some extra cord, and then of course if you're doing a rope for the seat, then or weaving it or whatever, then you'll need some rope for that. So then you're going to need 2 4-foot pieces of wood. I've already gone ahead and cut these down, and I've used the hatchet to chop the end to make it into a point on each of these. You're going to need 2 side rails that are about 5.5 feet long, so 2 of those. And then you're going to need some other, these are probably about 2.5 feet long, just three pieces of wood. The third one is optional, and I'll show you why. I prefer to use it just because it gives even spacing on the ropes, and then you discard it later. But 3 about 2.5 foot pieces of wood. And I will demonstrate where to use each of these pieces in the next steps. The first step is to find a spot on the ground where you're going to put your uprights. So I've gone ahead and hammered these 2 uprights into the ground. I've also taken the 5.5 foot boards and just put them on the inside of these uprights. And then also you just want to think about how high you want this seat to be off the ground. If you want it low or up higher, it gives you more of a lean to it. So anyway, just stuff to keep in mind as you're building this chair. So I've got 2 of my 6-ish foot loops or ropes that I've put a loop in the end of each one, and I'm going to use these to secure these side rails to the uprights here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and fed the rope through, wrapped it around this side rail, and fed it through the loop that I've created earlier in this line. And now I'm just going to pull it, and then I'm going to start lashing. And then when you have this extra rope here, you want to go ahead and start wrapping it around this intersection here, and just pulling that as tight as you can. Then once you've got that around there a couple times, this around here, go ahead and do a couple half hitches to tie it off. Okay, the next step is to put this front bar on for the seat, and you're going to just rest it here, and then take one of these other 6-foot pieces of rope with the loop that I've already put in it, and you'll want to wrap it around here. You can do it diagonal if you want to around both of these, and then you're going to start lashing. And just on this one, I kind of go in a diagonal and then bring it back up. You can do this however you want to with the lashings. This one's not super critical, but I mean, you still want it to be secure. And then once you've done that, gone around it a couple times, once or twice is fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and start going around this way, around this part of it, to tighten this up. Okay, so that's secure on there. And then you'll want to do the same thing with the other side. So the last 2 6-foot pieces of cord with the loop in the end, you're going to secure a board on the back here. You can do the front or the back. I'm going to do it on the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and start lashing. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and again start wrapping it around here and really just pulling all this together, and then go ahead and do a couple half hitches on here. All right, and we're going to do the same thing with this other side. So you can kind of see right there, the 2 half hitches I just did created a clove hitch. Same with over here. All right, the next step on this is to create the seat part, and this is where I was saying this optional board will come into play. You can set it on here. You can actually tie it here if you want to. I'm just going to leave it loose, and I'll show why. So what I've done is I've taken with this longer rope, I've just attached one end of the rope to this crossbar here on the rails, and then I'm going to go ahead and go underneath this, and then I'm going to go in front of this one, trying to keep this wad of rope as clean, as untangled as possible. And then I'm going to pull this enough to raise this up, and it kind of depends on how you want this seat to be. When you sit in it, how do you want this to fill? And the whole purpose of this board is to give you kind of a gauge. So you'll want to have, when you're done, the whole thing should be lifted up as the same distance on each end. So then I'm going to go under this and kind of just give it that gauge again. Okay, that's where I want it. So I'm going to go around and then go under this gauge board here again. Going to go up and over. So you're just going to continue this process all the way. And you'll just continue until it's done. So now you can take this board here and just kind of like get these about the same length, and then you're going to go ahead and secure this on this other end. So we've got this finished, the seat part. If you sat in it right now, these are gonna flip up. And so what you need to do is put a piece of line from here to here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a loop around here. Okay, so I've got that on there. And then I'm gonna run it up here, and I'm gonna pull this tight without pulling this forward far, because it'll eventually close in. But I'm going to just wrap this around here. And then if your line's long enough, you can go ahead and do the other side as well. And then bring it back down to this side and pull that, and just do a couple half hitches over here. Okay, let's test this sucker out. It's pretty nice. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video learning how to make this bushcraft style chair. It was something new that I had just came up with, and I wanted to try it out here and see how it turned out. And I feel like it turned out pretty well. Probably a few little tweaks that I could make on it, but it was pretty comfortable, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Anyways, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to grow this thing, and yeah, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.